Okay, so this is where I've started antiquing the other cabinet over here. So now I'm getting ready here. This is actually moving just the way I want it to. So I'm just going to show you some more details that I'm doing. So I can keep y'all, we can do this on a time lapse later so you can kind of see. And you can come in detailed to see my detail, Kara. So what I'm doing, and in these corners, so if you see a real piece of wood that's been worn and torn, the edges are where it's had the most love. It's been touched the most here. And what's neat about this is just basically I've taken water and raw umber and I'm scumbling it on, but look how it just wipes in there like that and it gets in the grooves. And then you can even come back and do a little darker where it'll really stick in the grooves. One of the things I'm gonna have Kara do next time, she's gonna be sanding these corners. And the reason I say that is, so you see this corner right now? This corner for a real old piece of wood and furniture would actually be rounded. Now, what's neat about this is anytime you use sandpaper, it helps age it even more. But it just kind of gives it like a real furniture look. So that's what I'm looking for. Old wood, painted, kind of worn off. Now, watch this. So now that that's been sanded and I put in this, it just adds for a really nice little piece of antiquing. So you can then wipe it off here. And then after this dries, it's even better. You can come back and sand some more. You can polish it so it looks like hand rubbed from the oil of your hands, just like real wood would do. So right here, I'm just kind of tapping this. Don't know why, it just felt like it needed it for the antiquing. Can kind of go back, but I like the rawness. More of it had modeling. So something that's fun too is that I was just showing Kara. This is just speckling. All I'm doing is just, and this is just to give it a little bit of character. I'm not gonna leave all that on there. It would just be a hint. Will you go over there and show where some of the speckling is that I did? You got it? Mm-hmm. All right, and come back. And so all I did was just kind of do this and wipe it. But you see, if you go in close, it's just adding character. Now, here's some more character. All of this, y'all, I haven't used any other color yet except raw umber for my antiquing. Now, I also have a great base color that I've built up. So everything I'm doing now is gravy because this is just a great custom done cabinet that was done out of great wood and by a great builder, Nick Brading. I'll give him props. One thing that's very important, if you've ever looked at an old table that's an antique, what do you notice about it? It's always worn the most right here where a mop over the years has hit the pieces and everything. So I tend to, you always kind of want to accent down at the bottoms. Here it's going to be your darkest because it's had a lot of love there and been touched and worn. So we can make something look, 100 years old or whatever. Also, I painted this vent just with good paint that would stick. And now we're not going to have this eyesore. It's just going to be part of the piece of furniture. And I love that. That actually looks like how, these are the happy accidents where you do something and you come back and go, ooh, that looks good. That actually looks like it's pulled off. So now I'm taking a smaller brush and I'm going in these little crevices because we're just accenting all the wear and tear. See how good that's looking? Does that show up on video, Kara? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's working. It's already looking old. Perfect. Another thing I do, where's the brush? Here we go, follow with me. Okay, kind of come around. So do you see where these white parts are? What's cool is when you go over this and come back, it kind of sticks to those parts. And then it gets down in there. Isn't this cool? I mean, this is so fun. So right here, I'm doing that strié that I was showing you before, just kind of wood grain. And because this is such a fabulous piece underneath and has character already, everything I'm doing is just adding to this piece. It has all these little, every once in a while, you know, instead of just doing the strié and the stripes, you can kind of even hit it with a sponge just to give it some character. So, and this will be the first part of this glazing. I'll probably come back 2 or 3 more times, just adding character and building it. I found that if I have a client that gives me the time, the more layers I can build up like this and come back and spend TLC on it and loving it, the better the finish is in the long run. But already, look how much character this piece has compared to that. Okay, thanks.